So remember a while back when I said it would be fun to do a solid axle swap on the Blazer, but it's just not really worth it because it's a rusty shitbox? Well, I'm going to get some F350 axles today. Dana 60 in the front, Sterling 10 1/4 in the rear, out of an 04 F350, 410 gears, and it's cheap, so I'm going to do it anyway. All right, let's get some baseline measurements here. I guess baseline would have been when I bought it, but well, this is going to be a little hard to measure with that mangled fender here. 32, 33, we'll call it 33. If that fender wasn't mangled, it'd be about 33. Driver's side, hey, 33. I thought this thing was sitting funny, maybe it's not. 33 and a half, we'll call it. And 33. Okay, that's where we're starting. Now, center clearance here. Center clearance here might actually be better than after the axle swap. So we're like 10 and a half inches. That's not horrible. We'll have to see with the 39s and Dana 60 what we end up with. Back here, even with the 10 1/4 ring gear, I'm sure we'll still be better. So yeah, we got 8 inches there. That's no wonder I'm always hanging up on that. That and the shock mounts. Like 8 and a half. So that's why I'm always dragging them. But that'll definitely be better with the 39s. You happy for your road trip, buddy? How about you, Wiener? Yeah, I think this is a decent deal. 350 bucks. Comes with worn hubs, new rotors, new pads. Not bad. 69, nice. I'm on Route 90 here. Found a set of 37s on Craigslist, and me and the dogs are picking them up. Well, I forgot to bring a leash, so here's the old ratchet strap trick. Highway RPMs always make the old 8.1 drink oil. Okay, headed home. I'm super happy with the deal that I got. Unloading. These bitches are heavy. They're nice. Ford axles everywhere. This old derby mechanic here has got some tricks. That works pretty good. High offset, high pinion offset. Doesn't balance too bad. Ooh, I should have checked if there was gear oil in there first. Got lucky, I didn't spill that baby. Son of a biscuit. 41 divided by 11, 373. These are supposed to be 410 axles. I don't even want them if they're 373. Re-gearing them is going to cost more than I paid for them. So that sucks. I gotta either find another pair of axles. I went on carpart.com and you can get Fords with a 410 or a 430. So I can find a set of 430 axles. I'll be happy. And I shouldn't have any trouble getting the cash that I spent on these out of them. The hard part is going to be finding a pair of axles that are 410 or 430 for as good a deal as I got these. But we'll see what happens. Because putting gears in these is going to be, shit, 400, at least 400 bucks, I would say. And at that point, it's not that much of a budget build anymore. In the meantime, though, I still have to find leaf springs. I'm just going to use like K10 leaf springs from a square body Chevy. And find a set of wheels. I'm going to need 17-inch Ford wheels to work with these 37s. But I think these will work pretty good. They were a good deal for $250. Well, it's this time of year again. These 37s are going to look nice. Probably going to need about 12 inches of lift, but that's easy to do with a solid axle swap. And I'm doing spring over axle in the back. All right, so I'm cleaning these up a little bit to probably sell them. We'll see. I'm not a Ford guy, but I've always heard their axles were good. And this is kind of genius. Their shock mount, which sits really low, just like the Blazer shock mount does. It'll always hang up on everything. It's got this U-bolt. You can see, rusty as balls here. But it actually came apart all right. And it'll be super easy to take this once I get the damn shock out, which is also fighting. But to stick this on the top side and then not have any ground clearance issues for the off-roader deal. That's pretty cool. Can't believe those actually come off. There we go. Okay, so here's a flipped bracket, which gives me a bunch more ground clearance. And I can set these at exactly the width of the Blazer shocks themselves. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to use these U-bolts. One of them was rotten, but I can just weld these on there exactly where I need them and be good to go. It's kind of a cool little feature, this Ford stuff. I can also chop off this panhard bar mount and weld that right to the axle, probably what I'll end up doing. Get a U-bolt flip kit from like Barnes 4-wheel drive has one to get rid of this huge bracket here that's going to be nothing but in the way. And then you actually have to notch the housing here, here and here for the U-bolt flip kit on this side, but you end up with decent ground clearance that way. So I've done some looking around, and I'm not going to be able to find as good a deal as I found on these for like a set of 410 axles, because I got these cheap. But what I might be able to do is sell these for a profit and then pick up a set of 410 axles for about the same as I paid. I looked up gears on Summit, and I can do a set of 456s for $350 if I don't do bearings, which would be kind of half-assing it. But let's be honest, this is a Blazer. I'm going to half-ass it. That's just the way it is. And I still do have to find a set of square body leaf springs, but that may not be a bad way to go either, to actually put gears in it. I wasn't thinking that was an option just from a budget standpoint, but it really would be nice to have like a 456 too, because these 342s that are in it now are trash with the 31s. 410 with a 37 isn't really going to help me a whole lot. It's going to put me about the same gear ratio to tire size as I was, and for the extra weight of these axles and the 37s and stuff, a little bit deeper gear than that even would certainly help. Okay, I'm airing this thing out right now because I got soaked going through the pond. That's going to be another video coming up soon. But I measured an F350 of the same year. You can see my fitment is pretty much exactly flush here. When I measured an F350, we're going to be sticking out about 7 inches further than we were. That should look pretty badass. So it's going to need a bunch of lift, obviously, to fit. But there's about where the tire will be sticking out, which will be good because this thing's tippy as hell as it is now. With a bunch more height, the extra width will be a welcome addition. That pond was a lot deeper than it has been. I cleaned out the cup holders pretty good because it got water so high it was in the cup holders, in the shifter and all that. I guess I missed some because I got some icing up still. But that video is going to be pretty funny.